Hey, that's how it should look right there, man. O-line, D-line. Big boys up front, taking over the game. Great job, man. And then James Cook, big time James. Hey, defense, takeaways, well done, man. That's huge right there, huge. Full team effort. When we talk about running the football, right? Full team effort. Throwing the football, full team effort. Stopping the run, full team effort. Stopping the pass, full team effort. Special teams, no different, man. That is complementary football. That's what we've been looking for, right? That is huge, man. I'm so proud of you guys. Going back to how we got there, the way you handled this week, same thing every week. Start humble, hungry, putting in the work, and then you come out here with a damn attitude. Right? That edge, that's important. Love y'all, boys. 1, 2, 1, 2. Resilient, tough. That is Buffalo to a core, baby. How about those Buffalo Bills? Right here, baby! Right here! 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Hello, everybody, and welcome into Week 9 of the Sean McDermott Show. We're presented by Kaleida Health. Thanks for joining us. Sean, thanks for giving us a couple minutes. Came out of the bye week. Once again, you're undefeated out of the bye week now, 9-0. I know it's not much. I mean, the game 9 years ago has not much to do with last week's game, but nevertheless, it does say something about your process, and it gave you this win, a particular win of this nature, 40-9. Can it give you some momentum to build on?
You'd hope. I mean, every week's a little bit different, right, and kind of stands alone. But we needed to get some things done. We needed to get some things accomplished, and we did. And now it's how can we build on it?
Yeah, Josh has always been a huge part of what you do. He could have taken his helmet off and played the game yesterday. I mean, he's 12. He only threw it 19 times, completed 12 of them, 163 yards. He did have a couple of rushing touchdowns. He passed Cam Newton for all time with a touchdown pass and a touchdown running. Took care of the football through the 3 quarters he was on the field. What did you see from him coming out of the bye? Good bounce back week for your offense, for sure.
I felt like in the second half he really started to get into a rhythm, and that was good to see. And then before you know it, he was on the sideline. So it's a good thing that he was on the sideline healthy. So it's how we can build on it from there.
Well, okay. So James Cook, 19 carries for 216, 2 TDs. He averaged 11.4 per carry at 150 yards in the first half. He thanked his O-line in the post game. Most rushing yards for a Bills player since OJ in 1976. That's what kind of historic day it was. And I know it's a little bit of the chicken and the egg kind of question, but do you build the offense around James, or does James just fit your offense?
Well, when you have a player like James, you integrate him into what we're doing, and you certainly build your system around your best players. And he's one of our best players, and we definitely don't want to leave him out in things that we're doing in the plan each week. So really, really proud of the way he ran the football, really proud of the way we as a team ran the football, wide receivers blocking downfield, tight ends blocking as well. So it was a great team effort.
Huge team effort, huge day for your defense. 7 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, an interception. AJ got that unbelievable, got a scoring rally going, with a near pick 6. He got tackled on the one, and the teammates kind of love it when you score anyway, and they can hold that over him for a week, right? So what's it do for the rest of your defense when you're front? Those guys up front are getting 7 sacks and all those pressure.
Well, it's due to the fact that we were able to take the run away early, and you have to earn those sacks, and you earn those sacks by taking the run away and winning the line of scrimmage, and then offense scoring some points, us taking the ball away, and then all of a sudden it's a one-dimensional game, and so our D-line can pin their ears back.
So you wanted to come off this bye week. You got 3 forced turnovers. You got 17 points off those turnovers. 4 straight drives ended in touchdowns. What's your message to your team to continue this kind of performance going forward, this complementary football?
Yeah, well, the challenge is, can we do it again? Is this who we really want to become? And there's work that has to go into that as well.
Thanks, Coach. We'll get back to you later in the show for your final thoughts, and we'll preview the game against Kansas City coming up this weekend. Stay with us.
Game Plan is presented by Energy Mart, official energy supplier of the Buffalo Bills.
When we come back, Eric Wood gives us his breakdown of the Bills' win over Carolina. Later on, Dawson Knox is mic'd up against the Panthers. Welcome back to the Sean McDermott Show. It's now time to chop wood with our good friend Eric Wood. Eric, the Bills last Sunday dominated the Carolina Panthers. Really, the dominant run game was something we hadn't seen so much like this. You get the feeling that Cromer was in the, you tell me, was Cromer in the offensive line meeting this week saying, hey, all we're hearing about is Rico Dowdle. We're hearing about Chuba Hubbard. Their running game's dominant. They're great. Hold my beer.
I certainly think that could be the case. And this Bills rushing attack has been excellent all season long, but yesterday, likely their most dominant performance. And when you talk about what this offensive line did, give Reggie Gilliam, the tight ends credit, the receivers blocking as well. You don't get those long runs, as you know, Steve, without the receivers blocking downfield. So it was a group effort. I thought the play calling was excellent. The strength of this Panthers defense and their front sevens on the interior. So what do you do to attack that? You get them running sideline to sideline over and over with the pitch plays, and then those counter traps, the inside zones back off of that as you already have them running sideline to sideline was a masterpiece. And then James Cook continues to get better and better with his patience, his vision, his contact balance, and then to top it off and have the breakaway ability. He's the total package right now, running back.
And we were also looking for a little juice on the defensive side of the ball. Max Hairston seeing his first snaps. Michael Hoyt coming into the game. Larry Ogunjobi. Man, oh man, they did bring some energy.
They did. And Michael Hoyt showed up as the guy that we were hoping he'd be when we signed him this offseason. He jumped off the tape when we saw him play for the Rams last year. The Bills nabbed him quickly in free agency. One of their quick identities, a guy that they identified that they wanted to bring in immediately. And so we got to see it. We had to wait 6 games, unfortunately, but we got to see what he could bring to the table. And he is a difference maker out there with his energy, his physicality, the way he can make plays and move them all over the place. You don't know where he's going to be on third downs. At times he's coming off the edge. At times he's rushing over the center, the guards. He's a mismatch out there and have a sack and a half, a forced fumble, and all that he disrupted throughout the game. It was fun to watch.
All right, well, so much for the Panthers. We're moving on, and we got a 4:25 kickoff on Sunday against, let me think. Oh, yeah, it's the Kansas City Chiefs. What do the Bills need to do to step up their game? Because you know it's a little bit up in weight class.
Yes, it is. I mean, the Chiefs start off the season 0-2, and people thought they might be dead. And we all had the feeling that they would get it rolling again. They got some bodies back at receiver, which has elevated their offense. Patrick Mahomes, right now, the favorite to win the league MVP. He's playing at a high level. Their defense with Spagnuolo is always going to be an issue. And so the Chiefs are a tough test. They're coming into Orchard Park. We've had their number of the regular season. Of course, we haven't in the postseason. But when you look at what the implications of this game could be when we get to January and seeding in the playoffs, this game is valuable. It's a week-to-week league. We want to be 1-0 every week. They all count the same, but we all know that this one potentially could count a lot more.
All right, Eric, we'll look forward to your broadcast on Sunday. We'll see you then. Thanks for joining us.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Steve.
Still to come on the Sean McDermott Show, Dawson Knox is mic'd up for National Tight Ends Day. Plus, we break down some next-gen stats on Sportsology.
All right, love you, Josh. I'm mic'd up. I almost forgot to tell y'all. Come on. Hit me. Oh, God, yeah.
Let's go, H.
The deposits are made, boys. Time to make a withdrawal. It's supposed to be fun, too. Let's have some fun today. Dominate on 3. 1, 2, 3. Dominate. Have fun, boys. Ow.
Let's ride.
Let's go, fun, too.
Hey, National Tight Ends Day. Have a day.
No question.
Let's go.
Great day to be great. See it? Oh, you cleated my stomach. You ever been cleated in your stomach?
Can't say I have.
Back to pass. Allen gonna roll to his left, now doubles back to his right. Through a gap on the right side. Fires, and it's complete to Dawson. Knox at the 10.
Good snag, baby.
God.
You want to like just pick that guy up and then just
Oh my God.
run over 3 or 4 more guys.
I needed 1 more yard, couldn't do it.
Here's the snap. It's a sneak by Allen, and he's pushed into the end zone for the touchdown.
What was that?
Cybo! Hey, no, grab the tip right there, and I'll do it. Oh, come on! Yeah, baby, come on! Come on!
I had the tutorial and everything. Still
Look, you gotta grab the end of it,
end of
and then make the fat part hit the ground first. Hey, we'll get another one.
Snap, back to pass, quick hitter to Shakir, spins away from the defender, he's up the sideline, 35-30, down to the 20, cuts it back 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Khalil Shakir!
Hey, come on, let's go! Come on! Yeah!
Good Chaka. Very good Chaka. Chaka, Josh.
Hey, gold Chaka!
Gold Chaka.
Here's the snap, pitch play left, Cook through another hole, 15, 10, 5, and scampers into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah! Boom! Come on, Hozzy. Go. Come on, baby.
Everybody definitely don't send Dawson any baby gifts to the facility for their baby girl.
One Bill's Drive,
Yeah.
Orchard Park.
One Bill's Drive. Yeah, definitely don't send diapers, baby toys. That would suck. That would suck if he got a bunch of stuff sent to him. Because he really doesn't even open the packages he gets.
Great job today. Love you, big boy. Love you.
Next up on the Sean McDermott Show, we break down some next-gen stats in Sportsology. Plus, hear Coach's final thoughts on facing the Chiefs on Sunday.
Sportsology is presented by ECMC. ECMC, official healthcare provider of the Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo's rushing offense was red hot against Carolina. 245 rushing yards, 4 rushing touchdowns. Buffalo's defense, stone cold, stalling drive after drive with 7 sacks and 3 takeaways. Here's a look at how it happened. Running back James Cook couldn't be stopped. He rushed for a career-high 216 yards, averaging 11.4 yards per carry, and added 2 rushing touchdowns. Cook had 141 yards before contact and 121 rushing yards over expected, the 4th most in a game since 2018, according to Next Gen Stats. The RB reached a blazing speed of 20.95 miles per hour on a 64-yard rushing touchdown per Next Gen Stats. His 216 rushing yards were also the most in a game by a Bill since 1976. Quarterback Josh Allen had 1 passing and 2 rushing touchdowns, recording his 46th game with at least 1 passing and 1 rushing touchdown, passing Cam Newton for most in NFL history. Buffalo's defense set the tone with multiple takeaways and sacks. 7 different players recorded at least a half sack, the most in a game since 2021. Defensive end Michael Hoyt came to play, racking up 1 forced fumble, a sack and a half, and 5 pressures in his first game as a Bill. Thanks to their 31-point victory against the Panthers, Bills head coach Sean McDermott is now a perfect 9-0 after bye weeks, and quarterback Josh Allen 8-0 after 2 straight losses.
After the break, the crew from Buffalo Bills Weekly gives us their game preview for Sunday's matchup with the Chiefs. Plus, Coach tells us what it will take to get the win against Kansas City on Sunday in Orchard Park.
The Bills are taking on an opponent they know all too well in the Kansas City Chiefs in Week 9. 2 MVP quarterbacks in Buffalo's Josh Allen and Kansas City's Patrick Mahomes will headline a matchup with so much meaning. Chris, we could look back on this game and say it had a lot of meaning when it comes to playoff seeding.
Absolutely. We know the situation that both teams are in, which is far different than this meeting last year when Kansas City came here 9-0 in Week 11. The pressure was completely off Kansas City. They had a healthy lead in the AFC conference race. Buffalo gets that win. Doesn't mean so much to Kansas City. This year it's completely different. Kansas City starts 0-2. They've got 3 losses already. They're not even in first place in their division. They need this game badly. So does Buffalo, because they're looking up at New England in the AFC East. So both teams really need this game. I think it's going to make for a very intense battle.
After a slow start by Kansas City, they are completely rolling, winning 5 of the last 6. Their offense is on a heater, averaging more than 30 points per game since Week 4. What Kool-Aid are they drinking?
Well, here's the thing. All of their weapons are healthy or available off suspension. So I saw this back in Week 6. It was the first time the Kansas City Chiefs had Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice, and Hollywood Brown all available and on the field at the same time. And we've seen the results since then. They are lighting up the scoreboard. Patrick Mahomes has an untold number of options. And it's also a reason why we're seeing Travis Kelce reemerge, because most defenses across the league do not have the depth of coverage players to cover all those weapons across the board. And they're so concerned with the speed demons that they're leaving Travis Kelce open, because they're putting probably their 4th or 5th best cover player on him, and he's eating.
When it comes to this type of matchup, you have best on best. That means you need somebody to be a spark for your team. You need someone to have a career game. Who's your X factor?
I'm going right back to 55. He was an X factor last week. Michael Hoyt has to be an X factor this week. And look, the Bills really have not had a game wrecker on the defensive side of the ball since the 8 games that, Von Miller was healthy a couple of years ago. And in one of those games, he pressured Mahomes into an interception that sealed the game for Buffalo that he threw to Taron Johnson. That's what Michael Hoyt has to be for the Bills. He has to get pressure on Mahomes with the rest of those guys up front, because I don't know if the guys on the back end have to cover for more than 3 seconds that they're going to be able to hold things down on the back end. Hoyt and company up front have to take care of pressure on the front end.
My X factor is tight end Dalton Kincaid. To beat the Chiefs, the passing offense has to come alive. Kincaid is a separator. He can find open zones. The Chiefs right now are allowing 82% completion percentage to tight ends. That's 4th worst. Find Kincaid and let him eat.
Yeah, off play action. Let's do it off play action.
Play action.
For more from Brownie and Maddy, including insights from players and coaches, check your local listings for Buffalo Bills Weekly, also available on Buffalo Bills YouTube. Okay, Coach, back home this Sunday, all too familiar an opponent, right? Kansas City Chiefs, the AFC Championship game last year. They had a rocky start to their season, but they kind of gotten in their groove, no question about it. You kind of thought they would, right? How do you prepare for such a well-known opponent at this stage of the season, knowing what you know about their weapons already?
Yeah, they have a lot of weapons. They've gotten healthy. They're a healthy team overall, both sides of the ball. So we'll have our work cut out for us. We've got to put together a good plan, have a good week of preparation. Our players need to know, and a lot of them do already because they've been here, what type of challenges it's going to be, and it's one we're looking forward to.
Well, just like when teams prepare for the Bills, it starts with their quarterback, Pat. I mean, he's making plays through the air. He's making plays through the ground. He's their second leading rusher. He extends plays with the best of them. How big a challenge is it getting ready for this guy you've seen so many times?
Well, he's been an MVP for a reason. He's won multiple Super Bowl championships, and so you've got to play at an A level for the entire game, if not more. And so we've got to prepare that way as well.
All right, Coach, thanks. We'll check with you next week and preview the Miami game on the horizon. And for you at home, thanks for joining us on the Sean McDermott Show. We're presented by Kaleida Health. We'll see you next time. And as always, go Bills.
Final Thoughts is presented by Toyota. Toyota is the official car and truck of the Buffalo Bills. The Sean McDermott Show is presented by Kaleida Health, the official healthcare system of the Buffalo Bills. By Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys. Call 684-COMP today. And by Toyota. Toyota is the official car and truck of the Buffalo Bills.